So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. My name's Doug Jenkins. Shout out to Morpheus. This is something we say on the phone to one another, checking out plugins. Today we're going to check out Noiseash audio. And for that I say, what are we talking about right now? Like, this is nuts because these guys have such an amazing amount of plugins. So we're going to get into this. I'm not going to bore you to death. We got like a new found excitement about the YouTube channel again. So this is Noiseash audio. You can see it right here. They have preamp collections, vintage EQ collections, and when I was sent this from Morpheus, I was blown away. So I wanted to talk about that. We've been working on some projects and it's actually made its way on those projects. I actually am using a stem from that project. So this is an acoustic. Now I did this video. I'm still messing with my mics, getting my system up and running. So I will reset what I did. This is a cool plug. I want you guys to hear it. I'm going to start with the acoustic. Now I'm going to do it in content with the other instruments. So we'll mess around with a bass. And I'm just going to use, for now, I'm going to use the 533 EQ and the 1073. So I'm going to use all 1073 and all 533 EQs. There's going to be hopefully a follow-up video in the next week, and I will use the 1081s, and I believe they have an 84 and a 533. Well, I'm sorry, they have a, let me look real quick. They have in this bundle, they have different preamps that we can go through. 84, 81, 73, a 533 EQ that I'm real familiar with. And then they actually have a console EQ. Don't hate on me out there if I said console. I remember some guy, it's console. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But let's go. Let's maybe mess around with some of these EQs. Let's mess with this EQ on the bass. Let's mess with the 1073 EQ on the acoustic. Let's go to the lead and have the 533 on there. Let's go back to the 1073 on the hats. Yeah, let's just use the 81 on the hats. Why not? So you get a little bit of the whole bundle. The 84, I don't know if I'm going to do the kick yet. I noticed I loaded this sample. This is not the triggered kick. This is the actual stock kick. And then we have a 530 EQ on the snare. Let me set my stuff back, but let me get into mixing and let's check it out. So we'll start. I'm going to start with it all in content, like together, and then maybe solo it up a little bit so you can hear it. But watch what happens to this acoustic, because I did this in the mix. But this is when I really was like blown away by these plugins. So let me hit play here. Watch. Move that. A level match. Level match. Notice the pick, notice the strumming, and that's what Freddie DeMarco played this guitar. Shout out to him. There was like a strum, and he said, I can hear the pick now, man, and whatever you did, and this is what I did. I used this plug to do that. So it just brings out the picking a little bit, just adding that high end on the 3K. I could actually add maybe more towards the 4K. We can check it out, and I'll go through the different spots on the EQ so you can hear that as well. That's the spot. Full. A little more in the mid body. That could be to cut some of that low mid, but 3K is where it's at. Now the gain knob is being introduced as a pre, and that is replicating a very sought after pre that we actually do have one. And I'm gonna say this, it's really accurate. It brings up this mid focus, and that's why it's great on this acoustic. It'll bring this mid range up and give it this vibe that you can only get with hardware, and that's the kind of plugins we're doing. Hold on, man. Let me do this. What are we talking about right now? That's what we're doing this on. And, you know, I know it's stupid and funny and cliche, but it's funny. It sounds like a piece of hardware, and that's why we're doing the video. So, shout out to Noiseash. Now we're going to mess around with his lead. Let's see if we can get something going on with the lead. Maybe tuck it in a little bit, see where he's at. So, here we go. Awesome. Once again, this is Freddie DeMarco on the lead. Now, he did a great job of EQing anyways. I don't think there's going to be much. Maybe let's see if we can cut some of that high without it changing his sound. Let's see if we can get that to keep the pick, but also get some carving going on in the mix. Okay, so you notice real quick, like, you may think that I dulled it out a little bit, but on this particular 533, there's an even harmonic, and the clean mode sort of like images it a little bit different, and then I can bring that back up. But you can notice now how I have the strumming, and you'll have that strumming part, and you'll hear the picking, but you'll also hear the lead come in. And I would obviously tweak this a little bit more and get it in space, maybe mess with the volume, but for the actual demo purpose, look at how powerful it is when I turn this off. It just jumps forward. So I'm trying to get it so you can hear both and you can focus on both. So both off. On. Awesome. All right, so you have this part going, and now you can actually hear the image. That's mixing, and that's why we're saying the what are we talking about cliche. It's like, I mean, normally I can do that with hardware and it doesn't have that image. The other cool thing is this. Let's say we want to pop this out a little more. Watch the width on this acoustic. That's an incredible stereo imager. Incredible. So let's move on to the snare drum. Now, honestly, like, I'm listening for EQ and things like that. I would probably add a little bit of compression and tighten it in. But we're going to try to get there with just EQ. So let's see what we got. So we're just making a little bit of space for the bass. So I'm thinking in my head what's going on in this song. Is there too much bass on that snare? Let's just make a little bit of, a little bit of room there. Let's mess with the hi-hat too, because we're gonna have bass. Let's hear what's going on with that. So I want you to listen to this. Let's take the lead out, make this easier to hear, but let's try to get the acoustic to fit with the hat here. See how that's just overwhelming a little bit, but it sounds good. About the same tone. Oh yeah, totally. Check it out. And that's great playing. You got to shout out great players. That's Freddie DeMarco. He's one of the best, man. And he's just right in there, and the timing of that in the hat is just, it's like perfect. So if it's flamming and stuff like that, so it definitely comes down to the producer and the way that it's put together. So in Morpheus, like I said, I was just doing this. I thought this would be a great introduction. This is something he was working on, but it's just a little piece of it. So here's the bass stem. Let's see if we can get that bass stem to sit in there, and hopefully I'm going to turn this down because I remember the bass stem being loud for some reason when I printed it. But let's see what the bass stem's doing. That's cool. I'd have to check the phase with other instruments because I got the volume really low. I actually use Bauer and Wilkin speakers, but I got it real low so I can just talk on my iPhone here. Let me add a little bit of something a little bit more. This is why the bundle's awesome. Let me add another one of these, the 533, and I'm hearing like around like 400, maybe pulling up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. Let's hear it off. Yeah. So it's got some dropouts and stuff that I would fix with different procedures, but this video is about the Noiseash collection. Let me try actually a different a different setup on this. You know what? Let me try this, because what I'm trying to get is a drive. I'm trying to get like a drive out of it. Let me try this. Let me try this one here. No, let me try let's try the trilogy. Why not? Let's see what we got. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. Let's turn on the drive. That's what I was looking for. That's all I was looking for. I wasn't looking for all that EQ I was trying to do. I was trying to get that just with harmonics. I was trying to get that 400 range just pull forward. That's all I was trying to do, man. Good job. Dude, Noiseash, congratulations. These things are sweet. And I would still do some basic EQ mixing and stuff, but just trying to keep the video rocking here. So let's put it all in context, see what we get. Let's turn them off. Man, that's sweet. Hey, I wanted to do a quick, simple, easy video. I would highly recommend downloading these plugins. These aren't paid videos or anything like that. These are just things we're going to do with the, I know I'm like, every time I look over here, I get this little screen over here. But that's the what are we talking about right now screen. And I want you guys to know we're going to do some videos that are stuff in the box. The next video on the list is another software company that has actually figured it out how to clone stuff. And I want to do that video next time. But my name's Doug Jenkins. Thank you for watching tonight. And I hope to keep these coming. And then every time I say, I'm going to start on YouTube, and then all of a sudden something happens. But I'm very thankful. I thank God that I get to do this for a living. And if you guys have projects and you need help like mixing or mastering, that's what I do, and that's my main profession. So I do the teaching videos, and I've pretty much met a lot of people through that. So thanks. Hopefully this was a cool video, and we'll talk to you next time. We'll see you.